Welcome to another episode of Careful Boys. Today we have with us Mr. Cool Joe.
LL Cool Joe.
Celebrity photographer.
Regular Joe now.
Yeah, he's Regs Joe.
Photographer?
Yeah.
Among many other things. So Bart wasn't here when we had Joe last time. And I think we discovered that you guys may have had similar jobs in the Marine.
Really?
Or yeah.
What was your MOS?
3043?
Same here!
Oh, wait.
Navy SEALs, dude, right? Tell them we're pretty much Navy SEALs. Bullets don't fly without supply. Pretty much, dude.
I heard like in the world of logistics and supplies in the Marines, you guys are the guys that like are face paint and you're just like grabbing the pants and then getting the uniform for people and ironing and stuff. Is that what you guys do?
No, that's definitely not.
Okay.
No, a lot of folding.
No, they're the guys that when stuff falls off the back of the truck, they go like this.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. What did you say it was called?
It depends. So, like, I was a 3043, but at my unit, I was actually a 3051, which is like a warehouse guy. So it depends, like you have your job, but kind of like any other workplace, whatever you get trained for when they send you to your unit, you kind of have to mold and adapt to the needs of that one. So everything I learned at supply school, I didn't use. And I had to get retrained on being like a warehouse person. So were you behind a computer? Or you're...
Yeah, I was behind a computer.
See, I wish I had that.
You wanted that job? Yeah. Why? Why is that better?
Just because I feel like you have
Be on Facebook?
to do around, like, yeah, you can go on.
And I feel like it's more important.
Back
It's more
then it was like
important.
MySpace and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It felt more important, I feel like. The computer guys?
Yeah, in a sense, it was definitely. We had a little like thing against like warehouse and like we're always in the AC. They're always in.
Oh, it's like the
It's
office.
a little more cush.
Yeah, it's an office job. Yeah.
it's
yeah.
Imagine your gym, and then now you're in the warehouse, and you're like, man, I'm supposed to be over there. Why am I over here? Like that.
What can you do to get placed like that? There's nothing.
I have to go to another unit probably.
What are you doing? Driving a forklift and getting some like shoes and shit?
It ended up being funner.
Oh.
Because like,
Forklift driving is fun.
yeah, because like just in the warehouse, it's more blue collar feely. So it's like you could get away with like oh shit, and then just put a bunch of like what they call like IFAKs, which is like personal first aid kits. You could get away with shit like that. Versus in the office, there's people with brass, like like higher ups, walking around all the time. So you can't really fuck around, or you can't be like, yo, check out this fucking new Playboy I just. You know, you get around like the warehouse antics.
That's what you're doing in the warehouse?
There's more warehouse antics.
That's our military.
The cool thing that you told us last time was how people had to be a little nicer to you so that you would approve certain like amenities.
Oh yeah, all the time. I feel like
must feel good.
supply. If you can attest to it, is just like you got to come to us if you want anything. So you don't want to piss off supply.
So you got guys sucking your dick in order to give them their fucking magazine.
All the time. All the time.
What did they have
power,
to
baby.
supply? Was it like uniform? Even food?
Everything.
Wow.
Anything.
So imagine this is you, right? Imagine you're infantry, and you're like, fuck, man, the last 20-mile hike, my fucking backpack's been killing me because like this strap is breaking, so I've been carrying this on this side, right? But you called me a bitch a month ago. So you come back, yo, can I swap this for a new backpack? And I'm like, I remember you called me, but that's the last one we got, bro. So you're like, hey, good luck with that spine. You're like,
So a long time ago, like when Bart, can you tell him what you did in Korea? I just want to see what he thinks of it and if it's something he's ever heard of.
Okay, so I was at a reserve unit, and we were going to Korea, which is Camp Mujuk. Have you been there?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so it's like Camp Mujuk. It's like in Busan, and it's where they kind of like practice in case North Korea invades and stuff. So they do like this whole orchestration, and they want to just make sure like force readiness or whatever. And then so there was word going around that they need Korean translators to go with like the uppers to go there. I'm not Korean, I'm Chinese, but I'm like, dude, these white folks, they don't know. so my homie was like, oh, I'll volunteer to go. And then I was like, he's like, dude, you should just do it too. And I was like, yeah, they probably won't know either. You know, I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like usually, when you're like a lance corporal, which is kind of like a bitch rank, you just do bitch work anyways, everywhere. So I'm like, I'll sign up. I did a background check. It was like fucking this thick, because you're gonna be with like the top brass of the Marine Corps and the top brass.
I love how in the background check they didn't even check if you knew Korean.
Because you have to get a top secret clearance. So
Normally you have to take a test, right, to just show that.
I didn't take a test.
No?
Basic Korean
That's
test.
why we started, because of this fool.
Bro, what
I
the
ended
fuck?
up doing the whole paperwork thing. I applied to do the whatever. And even the whole time we're in a fucking plane flying to Korea, and I'm just like, damn, I can't believe all of this is going through. We get off the plane, we get on base. First we went to an army base, and I think that's when we changed from civies into our camis. And then we went to the Marine base, and then that's when the first like Korean Marine gets on the bus, like yelling whatever, all kinds of stuff.
You don't
And then
understand.
so that's when the commanding officer was like, "Hey Kwan, go talk to him." And I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" Shut the fuck up. And that's when he would start saying all kinds of he would say all kinds of Korean shit, and I was like, "I'm so sorry." sir."
Did you know a little bit what
No,
he's saying?
dude. I was like, "I'm so sorry, sir. He speaks a different dialect." And then that's when
Shut the fuck
That's when I was gonna get my best
That's
friend.
what you used?
And I was like, "Hey, Park." I was like, I think he speaks the same dialect. And then so Park would come.
I got this, sir. No worries.
That was pretty smooth.
He would like start translating, and I would just emphasize certain words. Like, he'd be like, oh yeah, oh 0800, yeah. Chow, yeah. We're gonna,
Chow hall.
hall's there. Yep.
That's so funny. Bro, that's amazing.
And how long did you survive like that?
Did they ever like find out that like, this guy doesn't even.
Never.
Oh, because you knew your homie was with you, so like if anything needed to pop
The
off, you
part
might have
that
had
I did shit bricks though is once we got there, so like all the bitch, what is it called? All the bitch ranks, you have to like watch the radio, and my best friend got the day shift, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. I got graveyard. Because there's only 2 Asians, so like, oh, we better split the Asians up.
the Koreans.
So I was 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. and I'm like, fuck, no one fucking asked me anything.
How long did that go on for?
3 weeks. 3 weeks. Oh, but I got
nothing came
I got so fucking lucky because you know in the Korean military there's mandatory service, right? So the Korean Marine that I got paired with for night shift, he's one of those rich Korean kids that went to international school. So he speaks English. Oh. So I was like, oh my fucking God. So we're like, okay, this is cool. If I don't understand something, I'm like, hey, what the hell are they saying? And I can like translate. That shit was crazy.
He translate for you and you translate.
The Korean Marine was speaking English.
You translated his English a little bit better, right?
Off camera, I have a picture of the other Marines. I'll show you which one is the one that spoke
Imagine if like a captain or some shit there was like a troop of Koreans, right? And he goes, oh, I gotta, hey, Kwan, come over here. And then you have to translate to a whole troop what he was saying.
Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, all right, today we're gonna do this drill. And I can see Bart going,
Today we're gonna do this drill. You're gonna copy the same thing.
this fool's gonna pretend Korean. This fool's probably gonna be like, hambara, chambara, chambara.
Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen.
He says that with an accent.
You have more of an accent than the guy who said it.
Oh my God. That would be.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Out of like things that you know in your experience in the military, how crazy is that?
That's pretty freaking wild.
That's up there. That's pretty up there.
Could he have gotten some deep shit?
Oh yeah, he could have definitely gotten some deep shit.
Like,
Bro, man, you finessed the shit out of that, bro. Free vacation.
Would he gone to military jail? You think he would have gone to military jail?
Something like that?
Depending on your higher ups, I don't know if you were like really cool with them or not, but like if you had a dick higher up, then yeah, you
Let's just say no.
That's some funny shit. Though.
Bart's telling the story. He's like, I can hear this fool breathing, bro.
comes back.
That's a crazy story. I can't believe I did that.
Did that so he could go to Korea, dude.
There's some crazy shit. Like one of our section leaders, so in our unit, he had like gold wings and gold bubbles, which is like, so he's pretty much like a recon dude. And you're like, dude, this guy's a bad motherfucker. Yeah, he's like a badass motherfucker. And then in the Korean Marine base, like Camp Mujuk, it's all fucked up. Like everything, nothing's connected. So like the computer labs here, whatever, everything's in all different places. So you have to go to get like some computer lab time. When I was at the computer lab, I would see he was a staff sergeant. He would go up on the computer, and you know he's like a bad recon motherfucker, and the first thing he types in is adultfriendfinder.com. Hookup site, and I'm like, what the fuck?
He's about to start hacking.
This one's trying to fucking meet up with some Korean locals and bust nuts. It was just
That is kind of badass.
fucking crazy. It was just a crazy time.
I feel like recon guys are literally always on their own schedule.
Yeah.
They just do whatever the hell they
They're
want.
allowed to just do whatever.
Yeah, they could grow out a beard if they want. They could. Some of them have piercings.
Are they considered more like special, or what do they do? Like just small missions, and they can do whatever the fuck they want?
They just have their own rules, even their own budget.
Are they more like espionage?
They go through like an extra like step of training, and they're like more special forces.
They kill motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So they have like different missions. So it's like you take out this dictator, you go over here and whatever.
Like if we're in like a base or your unit or whatever, like let's say you have a commanding general, you probably never talk to that motherfucker. And there's like 20 layers, and then your direct boss, you're like his little bitch. But this guy's little bitch, this guy's this, like that.
So it's like working for Apple. Like no one working there actually talks to Steve Jobs.
Guys, they could be a bitch rank, and they'll have a probably direct working relationship with the
They're on a
general.
secret mission.
And then above the general is probably some guy in the White House. So they have a direct path.
So they're like the Eric Bana and Black Eyed Peas. Black Eyed Peas. Black Hawk Down. Black Hawk Down. You know what I'm talking about? He played like that random role where he was just like doing his own shit.
Yeah, all those guys, yeah, like that.
Are those the guys that the government
shit.
guy comes and goes, we need you back from retirement?
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're like super experienced. Yeah, but that's the guy that was on Adult Friend Finder.
Right though. I get it.
How do you
I fucking
get
get it.
there? Like
Adult friend finder? You make an account. You gotta click the
how do you
bicycles.
become a recon guy?
Oh, it's tough, man.
Yeah, what does that
You
train?
just have to actually pass they have their own boot camp and training. So once you get into the fleet, which, you know, every standard Marine gets to, then you can opt in to go to like either recon or MARSOC or something like that.
Is that like people at the very beginning of their journey, they have the intention of wanting to be that? Or is it more like everybody kind of like goes into the general
Like an
thing
opportunity gets presented?
and then it's like out of the 100, like 3 people are fucking gangster, and then that's when they're like, hey, you guys should join this thing.
Or is
It's
there,
like a mixture of both. Yeah, literally like a mixture of both.
is there ever any pressure
It's
to
their
do
own
that?
version of Buds, pretty much. It's like the Marine Corps version of Buds or Hell Week or whatever you want to call it. It is fucking hard.
Yeah. You never wanted to, you weren't interested?
Fuck no!
I'm with them on that. Why, bro? We got a chill job.
Man, boot camp was already hard. You tell me this is even harder than boot camp? Nah.
I feel you on that.
I was like, fuck that, dude. Cause like, so in when were you in the Marine Corps?
From September of 07 to May of 2018.
Okay, so you still had, well, that's a long time. You had a PFT. Were you in when they have that new thing? It was like combat fitness test?
Yeah, I was. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what the combat fitness test was, but when I was in, they only had a PFT, which is like your physical fitness test. And it's already hard enough to get a perfect score. To even qualify for like recon school, you have to be able to run 2 of them back to back to even get qualified. So that's like the starting canvas.
What's in this test?
So to get a perfect score, you have to run a 18-minute 3-mile, which means you have to be able to run pretty much a 6-minute mile pace, and then 20 pull-ups. Everyone could do 20 pull-ups pretty much, unless you have super long arms, might be hard.
Oh no, I can do that.
Yeah, 20 pull-ups and then 100 was it 100 sit-ups or something like that. But the run is what kills most people. But then you have to do this and then do another one and still get a perfect score, and then that qualifies you to even go to that school. But then once you go to that school, then it's fucking hard, and like at least half drop out. And this is like half people that have already become Marines drop out. Not even civilians, but half Marines drop out.
And it's mainly for like injuries and stuff like that, or not taking care of your body while you're in there.
Yeah, like people's minds want to complete, but their body can't keep up with their minds.
What are like perks maybe that those guys receive over like, I guess, regular military heads?
oh, look at that badass right there. Oh, he's fucking recon.
So it's just badassery.
It's that
adult
badass
fighter.
title. It's like, oh, you can't fuck with them. On a
Yeah,
physical
yeah,
level, mental level, they're just fucking extreme
dope.
badasses.
Yeah. And then afterwards, I think in the corporate world, they recognize that, you know? Like they'll treat someone with like a recon or Navy SEAL type thing as if he has an MBA. Because his leadership or as the ways he can analyze things are like, oh, this guy has like strategy.
So he's like a knight.
In shining armor.
Yeah.
And were you guys the guys that helped the knights get on the horse?
I go, this is how you put on a backpack properly? Really good? All right, you ready to go?
Put the armor on.
We have unlimited backpacks for you, sir.
That's great, dude.
The funny like going joke too is, you know, like we're in charge of like counting and inventory all the stuff that comes in. But because we take care of ourselves, we'll be like, okay, Kwan, you get this, Joe, you get this. And then if there ever is some big field exercise, like the infantry guys, they have all the beat up shit and supply always shows up with the nicest thing.
That's so funny.
That's real. They're like, yo, I thought you said there's no more backpacks. Like, what the fuck? They're like, oh, we had this one.
If you see an infantry guy with nice stuff, you know he has friends in supply. You know he has friends in supply.
No, I've been had this though. I had this for a while.
Like when I was deployed, right? We would I became friends with the cooks and comm. And the reason why I became friends with them is because we had like a little refrigerator on our lot. So whenever we came cool with the cooks, they'd always give us food and stuff like that. We'd store it in the refrigerators. And then comm, we were actually able to get like Wi-Fi and then cell phones and stuff like that, so we can call back home. And then we just exchange gear. And stuff.
That's dope.
Yeah, so it's always a benefit to be.
It's its own like little relationship. Like I trade you this for this, and
Knowing the cook is probably the first thing you'd want to do, huh?
Oh yeah, cooks are dope.
Which area or which like category of like position has like no fucking bartering leverage?
Infantry?
Yeah.
He's laughing at him, dude. He's like, these fucking idiots.
Like, who has nothing to offer you, and they're just like...
Just infantry?
infantry, dude.
Losers, huh?
Even with like,
Shittiest jobs? Because it's the most dangerous and at the same time, you get the shittiest equipment.
cause like let's say you hear some stupid ass like field exercise, we gotta do 17 miles or some shit, and then like let's say you have a motor T homie, and then you're like, hey, you need an assistant driver, don't you? He goes, yeah, I don't got one. So I don't have to do the 17 miles anymore. I'm in the truck with them. Yeah.
What do you do? You're assistant driver?
Yeah, cause you can't, it's buddy system. So no one could drive any vehicle by themselves. You know, so you could like, if you know people, then you can like, I'll give you a free backpack, let me be your assistant driver.
Oh, wow.
See you later, suckers.
You don't want to be the one falling out and going into that truck, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, not the back of it.
Oh, what do you mean?
So like when you're normally in like two lines, right? And you're doing this whole entire like hike through the mountains and the hills and stuff like
And it's
that.
long as fuck.
17 miles, bro.
So
Yeah.
so when people start to fall out, so you're in two lines. So when people start to fall out, you see them fall out towards the middle and start going towards the back, and then you have the truck that's all the way in the back that picks up all the stragglers. So if the instructor, so the instructor's like, oh, you're fucking slacking, get in the back. And then so now you're riding in the back all the way to the finish line. And then once you get to the end where your destination is, you get out the back of the truck, you know, you were sitting in there riding the whole time because you couldn't keep up with the rest of the people. Then everybody looks down at you because you're like, oh, you piece of crap, you didn't have to do all this shit. You just got a free ride.
Damn.
So you never want
Assistant driver, like he's a piece of crap.
because those are, you have to have that. So.
Even though you didn't walk any of it, that's pretty good.
It's better to not do it than to do it and then fail.
Exactly.
If you guys go on a 17-mile hike, like how many pounds of equipment do you guys have on you?
A lot, dude.
How many pounds? Like
You
what's the
gotta
number?
carry your tent, you gotta carry ammo, you gotta carry your weapon, extra.
How many pounds is that?
Easy 50 to 80, easily.
50 to 80.
You got all your MREs, you gotta eat, you got extra set of camis, you have so much. It's
And don't let it, you have to have a full combat load too. Yeah, it's literally.
that whole thing filled. Yeah.
Must be nice to see everybody walking. You're just sitting in the truck.
But that's
And you're holding the rifle the whole time?
right. You're holding the rifle.
Do you have
the-
secondary or just primary?
Depends on like your position, but for me, I didn't have one. I just had my rifle.
So if you have people that have like machine guns or saws and stuff like that,
Oh, that's
you
even
have
more.
to break those down, and then other people in your platoon have to carry their weapon and help you carry the parts to that weapon.
Yeah, because if you have a big ass machine gun, like, because the barrel itself could be like 20 pounds.
Damn, just a barrel?
And then some of them you need spare barrels, because some of them they're like you shoot so much it gets red hot and it's not accurate anymore, so you have to switch it.
Oh, like warps?
Yeah, so some of the systems have extra parts. It's huge.
So much to think about, man.
That's why you gotta be assistant driver. You don't gotta carry shit. Put it in the truck, dude.
I'm glad you figured out all the hacks during your time in service, man.
Is it even possible to like go through that and then go straight to becoming an officer, like a desk guy or a strategist, or you have to go through all of that after boot camp? After boot camp, like, do you have to work different jobs and then you can be officer and all that?
So everyone has to go through boot camp and has to go through either a MCT or SOI. So there's some sort of like field shit you have to do before you get. So everyone experienced like the suck pretty much before you go off and do other jobs. And then to be an officer, you have to get like a 4-year degree. And then
you have to go through boot camp again, right?
Another officer style boot camp.
A different one.
Yeah, they call it OCS, Officer Candidate School. But that one sucks ass too.
And it's 6 months long, isn't it?
Which one?
6 months long?
I forgot.
I think it's like, yeah, like
But
6
in
months
boot camp
long.
and those things, there's no favors though. There's no assistant driver in those training. That's like once you get to your unit, then that whole barter system works. But when you're in any of the schools or any of the like training, there's none. Everyone has to go through it.
Oh, wow.
How long is regular boot camp?
3 months? 3.5 months? Shit.
Dang, you gotta go 6 months?
You wanna go?
We should go. Yeah. We should try one.
They have the things in
Berries
San
is like
Diego where they'll have like little like little boot camp things, or they'll have like a PFT where everyone comes and tries to do a PFT.
At base?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they're trying to recruit people. You want your life to suck?
I wouldn't be
I
able
seen
to
a little
last.
girl, she did like 15, 16 pull-ups before. Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, that's not 20.
Yeah.
No, but some of the guys can't even do that many.
Oh, yeah.
It's because a lot of testosterone's dropping these days.
Dude, I saw this one guy do like fucking 2 in boot camp, and the instructor's like, "Who's your fucking recruiter?"